Hello everyone. We have today a very exciting four-way race. It's going to be Psycho versus Toasty on the top and Metroid MST versus Hero 82 on the bottom. This should be a super fun one. Toasty's looking in really good contention for top 16 place to go into brackets, so he's going to want to try his best for this one. And yeah, we're just gonna see what's gonna happen. It's gonna be cool. So I believe everyone is ready to go. And we are off. So we've got the kind of standard early game type things going on. Everyone's going to have to go down to pick up their morph ball before we can see much else of what's going on. MST using Moonfall and Hero using Moonfall, or well, I missed his Moonfall, but never mind too much about that. And we're going to see what the first item is. Probably something energy related, given that half the items in the game are, but hopefully not as well. And it is regular bombs. That's actually a really nice first item. It opens up quite a lot of the game, but it does tend to lead to late power bomb seeds, I found. And it does mean that they'll have to fight Bomb Chorizo as well. And we get Morph Ball in the ceiling. Toasty getting that Rio damage boost first try. And we get some supers. It'd be nice not to have to hunt too much for power bombs too. We'll see what's Blue Brin missiles. And it's regular missiles. So the game does have to give you some kind of way to progress after Bomb Chorizo. So typically it's either speed, screw, power bombs, or regular bombs. So on their way up, they will be able to check a couple more minor items like Old Mother Brain and 230 missiles if they think that power bombs could be somewhere around there. I think it's probably sensible. So Toasty is gonna opt to make the Mother Brain check. And MST follows suit. And unfortunately for the runners, it is just regular missiles. In fact, all of our runners making the Mother Brain check. We've got Toasty leading his way out of the climb. And yeah, he will go to see 230 missiles. I honestly think everyone should be making this check, unless they forget about it. But Psycho ops too, and yeah, all the runners are going to. But unfortunately, it's vanilla missiles as well. So this does give them the decision to whether to go down through Terminator or whether to back out up to the ship after BT and go through Gauntlet. Without power bombs, they can't check to see what the two miners behind it are first, which is a bit of a downer. But with the E-Tank at BT, Gauntlet is not exactly free, but it's not terrifying either. And having found the bombs, the BT fight will have to happen, but with super missiles, it's pretty quick. So Toasty is opting not to go out to check Gauntlet. I think I probably agree with not checking Gauntlet right now. There are a lot of minor checks you could make, and they find high jump boots at Terminator. It is always a lovely item to have. It doesn't really open up many areas apart from Suitless Meridia, but it's one of the items, at least I find, I miss not having. Now, with regular bombs, it does open up the possibility to do Moon Dance, but I'm not sure anyone in this race is going to be crazy enough to try that. But we shall see. Psycho and Metroid MST did opt to go to Gauntlet. You don't want to take too many dips into the acid. Toasty finding some supers at, well, vanilla, in the Brinstar Reserve Room. And Spring Ball. So Toasty's run is definitely validated. So there's an energy tank, a vanilla energy tank at Gauntlet. It's hard to turn down. It's always nice to have a free refill through Gauntlet. And Hero picks up his Spring Ball too. So Toasty's going to make his way across into Pink Bren. He cannot backdoor check Spore Spawn. No, sorry, he can backdoor check Spore Spawn with the regular bombs. So there'll be 3 minor checks you can make here for power bombs. The top check is sadly just missiles, as Metroid MST works his way down to the Gauntlet miners. And unfortunately, a pair of vanilla missiles. So Gauntlet actually ended up being entirely vanilla. Is this even randomized? So neither Hero nor Toasty decided to go for Moon Dance. I believe without X-Ray, if you don't find power bombs down there, it is a soft lock. And sadly, Spore Spawn item is also missiles. As both Hero and Toasty get the nice super missile clip. With more missiles down by the charge beam. Oh, an X-Ray at charge. Toasty's probably favorite item. The hunt for the power bombs continues. If it is going to be a very late power bomb seed, they're going to have to start finding energy tanks soon. Because those hell runs are not easy. So Psycho and MST going through the reserve and picking up their items too. They have a choice right now of whether to go up or down. There is a with supers, there's they can check alpha power bombs, but that's the only check they can make. But it looks like Toasty's opting to check this one first. I can get behind this. It's at least, well actually no, as soon as he goes through this door, if he doesn't find power bombs at alpha power bombs, he will have to loop all the way back round. But I think he might be planning a gauntlet check. Alpha power bombs, first power bombs, has been the dream for many seeds, but it's not happened yet. But Hero's going down red tower. Sadly, it's just regular supers at alpha power bombs. So Toasty's going to have to loop up and back round through the ship. Probably taking gauntlet along the way. But yeah, Hero finds charge beam at Spazer. That's a super nice early pickup. It's going to alleviate having to find ammo. But at the same time, charge beam is not power bombs, and you can go much further in the game without charge than power bombs, so I know probably which one I'd rather have at this point. So Psycho has backdoored into Spore Spawn and finds missiles as well. I'm not sure if Metroid MST made that check, but I think he probably did, given how high his missile count is. So Hero 82 is working his way down into Kraid, whilst Toasty is making his way up to Gauntlet. With high jump boots, the wall jumps are a bit different, and I know of a fair number of people who will take off high jump boots just to make their way up. But he gets there after a couple of tries. As Hero 82 starts his Kraid fight. Is Kraid going to be stood up for prom? Looks like he's going for the missile kill. And nails it. Kraid will not be stood up this time. Very nice kill, and gets a wave beam for his reward. Another super useful beam. It will make, if they do decide to make for hell runs a bit later, it does make a couple of things a bit easier. You're not having to glitch the blue gates from the wrong side with missiles. You can do it the intended way. And even if they go back to wave gate, they can open that the intended way too. So Toasty's gone through Gauntlet. Oh, and Hero finds Speed Booster at Kraid. This has been a nice Kraid. Speed Booster is going to make hell runs a bit easier, but given the energy tank situation, I think the logic is probably saying to go to wreck ship rather than Norfair. The Hero is probably going to at least check high jump. And probably ice, depending on if there's an energy tank at high jump or not. So Psycho and MST is also pulling into Kraid. Ooh, and Metroid MST shooting a little bit too early. And stands Kraid up for prom. But a nice recovery, actually. So he didn't lose too much time on that fight. And Psycho gets a very nice missile quick kill too. Ooh, and we got Plasma at high jump. It's gonna stack very well with their charge and wave beam. Should kind of trivialize every boss fight from here on out. With the X-ray, they have microwave beam unlocked, which is gonna make very short work of Phantoon and Dragon. I believe without ice, Ridley is a 30-shot fight instead of a 20-shot, or maybe it's 24 shots. Either way, it's not a long fight. And Hero's gonna go back up Red Tower, probably to wreck ship. He's gonna take the refill, so shout outs to Sloaters for this one. I believe he gets a royalty fee every time someone uses it. Ooh, actually, Hero can't go to wreck ship because he doesn't have power bombs yet. So he might have to carry on downwards, although he is going to go up Red Tower to check alpha power bombs. So let's see. I think the logic won't make you do hell runs with fewer than 4 E-tanks, although speed booster might change that, given that you can go under Croc Speedway. And yeah, I agree. It does look like Hero's going to check alpha power bombs and then have to loop back up around into Gauntlet. With Psycho and MST having already done their Gauntlet checks, pick up the Plasma Beam at high jump. And Toasty is going to make his way down into Kraid, and I'm sure we'll be very happy with both the items there. And MST is going to check speed, Ice Beam. With 2 tanks, it's not too scary. But at the same time, you don't really want to hang around doing this. And Psycho has made his way to Croc's Gate. But he's going to go into Bubble Mountain. It is possible to get into Bubble Mountain without power bombs. You just need to go the back way that you would go in any percent. So bomb the small Morph Ball maze. Toasty shooting supers a bit too soon. X-Ray's Kraid for good measure while he's standing him up. Whilst Hero starts his Gauntlet check. Ooh, and Psycho finds power bombs in Bubble Mountain. Yeah, the ice tank with 2 tanks, the ice beam check with 2 tanks is legit. You can usually make it in and out if you don't hang around too much with about a tank and a half. So after finding power bombs, Psycho is ducking down and gonna check Kraid. Sorry, Croc, not Kraid. And MST is figuring to do the same thing. With Plasma Beam, it's going to make the fight very quick. Although there is a slight seizure warning if anyone has epilepsy. Everyone needs to get out their Croc emotes for this one. Although the fights are not going to last for a long time. MST deciding to walk the Croc. And Psycho pulls out some Spring Ball swag. Ooh, and a nice bomb spread too. So Toasty's picked up his wave beam and his speed, and he's going to head down too. and make his ice beam and high jump checks. Ooh, and a nice speed ball from MST. And Psycho pulling out the speed keep, also very swag. Liking all this tech. And Hero almost fell down one side of Gauntlet, but it's not going to matter. MST has not been to Bubble Mountain yet, so he's going to carry on checking miners. Whereas Psycho, I think, is just going to go down for the majors. Now, Speed Booster and High Jump, or even just Speed Booster, you can don't have to green gate glitch this one. So Toasty's checking Croc Escape, just see if he's going to have to go there in the future, but it turns out it's just vanilla missiles and an energy tank at Grapple Beam. So it's I don't think either runner checked the item behind Croc. They may have been waiting for more energy. But Hero is going to start his loop background, and Toasty is also going to make the Croc play. So we shall see if Psycho goes back to check the Croc item. With Speed Booster, it's a bit safer getting over the lava. Ooh, yikes, and it's just another energy tank. Croc didn't exactly pay off this time. Although energy tanks suitless in Upper Norfair are not a bad thing, and they do need to pick them up anyway, so it could have been much worse. And it turns out there were power bombs at Indiana Jones missiles too, so MST, I don't think these were the first intended ones, but MST finds them anyway. And both very valid checks with a Speed Booster especially. So Psycho is going to head into Bubble Mountain. With Speed Booster, it's going to make the hell runs, at least to speed, a little bit easier. With High Jump and Speed, it's going to make Wave Gate safer as well, because you can get back up to the platforms if you fall down. You're just going to go to Speed first. There's a nice bug farm and Batcave before. And MST goes back to the Croc to pick up that E-Tank too. Ooh, and Toasty's going to check. I forget if it's sine wave or cosine. To be honest, they're kind of the same thing. Ooh, and he finds another power bomb pack. So there's 3 very accessible first power bombs. And everyone found a different one. Ooh, and a gravity suit at Speed Booster. This, with Speed, does open up, well, Speed and Gravity open up everything in Meridia short of Shack Tool. Although if the runners have picked up X-Ray, it does technically open up Shack Tool as well. But of all of these runners, I probably think that Toasty would be the only one to do that. The X-Ray climb. Psycho is going to check Wave Beam next. I'd imagine he'll probably check all of the Bubble Mountain majors and then duck out to Meridia. or wreck ship, but probably Meridia. He finds power bombs at Wave. Isn't just an energy tank at Wave Beam, but with how runs, E-tanks are always very welcome. I don't believe suitless low Norfair is really a possibility with this energy count and with this low ammo count, so it's not even going to be a thing that they can plan for. So we're catching some farm in front of speed. This hero 82 makes his way into the crook fight also. So it looks like Psycho is going to make the Bubble Mountain reserve tank check. I also like this play. And MST is going to go over for Wave Beam. Ooh, and some more power bombs. So it turns out Bubble Mountain had been holding all of the ammunition. And Hero actually made the croc check before going to grapple, which I quite like. Sadly, there is just a vanilla reserve tank and even more power bombs in the reserve tank room. Well, I mean, Variolus low Norfair is never in logic, but it's a possibility if you have enough ammunition. So, after these hell runs, Psycho is going to he's going to duck out of upper Norfair. We will see whether they decide to go to wreck ship or to Meridia. So Metroid MST is also checked the reserve tank, but opted to skip both power bomb packs. I sought to go out the top way before remembering that they had speed booster. They can go out the much easier way. So Toasty's making his way down speed. He's going to find Gravity Suit. Ooh, and a grapple beam at ice. Wait, I'm sure people checked ice before. Anyway. So, Psycho finding grapple beam means that every single item in the game is now obtainable. Well, every single major item, really. It opens up Shack Tool. So Toasty, Hero's making his way up from Croc, and Toasty's going to make the wave gate check. And it looks like Psycho is going to check Meridia first, as is Metroid MST. So MST checking Mama Turtle. And we have a reserve tank. He thumbs his nose at that one. Can't say I blame him. 5 tanks. Hell run's not going to be required anymore. And Psycho does the same. So Hero 82 getting some farming before speed, before going down, and also finding the gravity suit. As Toasty, having made all of... Oh, did Toasty skip the reserve tank? Ooh, and a very nice gravity jump from Psycho. Oh, that was pretty sick. Metroid MSD is about to start his Bottoon fight. Opting to bust out the microwave beam. And that is a very dead snake. Meanwhile, Psycho is going to make a left side sandpit check before going up to the 2 bosses. Interesting choice, but with a save beforehand, it's a nice save scum check you can make, and it's only an E-tank. Question now is, it looks like they didn't save, but they can go across and check Shaktul with grapple. As MST makes their way across Colosseum. So it looks like we are gonna see Shaktul. And MST starts the Bottoon fight. With Plasma and Wave and Charge and X-Ray, this is also going to be a very quick kill. And Toasty is also deciding to go into Meridia first. I think I like this jet. I think I like going to Meridia rather than Wreck Ship. Gravity is sort of pointing you towards it. And that's a 1-round microwave kill from MST. Ooh, and Toasty's picking up the reserve tank at Mama Turtle. And Dragon has an energy tank. So the runners still need to find a Varia suit somewhere. Or a lot more power bombs and supers. So we go through the spring ball maze for Psycho. And Shaktul just holds a reserve tank as the ultimate insult. But Psycho did make the save in Aqueduct then. And saves comes both those pickups, which I completely agree with. So MST is opting not to check Plasma. Ooh, and a space jump underneath Bottoon. That will make certain parts of Lower Norfair much, much nicer. And Psycho starts the Bottoon fight along with Toasty. It looks like Psycho forgot that they had Charge Beam and Plasma and X-Ray at least. Oh, and they didn't pick up X-Ray, so the Microwave's not an option for them. Toasty cleans that one up very quickly. And MST goes on the hunt for more Aqueduct Miners, while Hero is pulling off the Crystal Flash in the pre-ice room. And MST is now going to make at least the sandpit check and maybe the shack tool check too. The sandpit does lead itself nicely to going out to the bottom of Red Tower and then ducking out to the wreck ship. So Psycho and Toasty both picked up Space Jump before Dragon, which I quite like because it speeds up Colosseum massively if you don't get full halfie or normal halfie. And they're both going to start their Dragon fight more or less simultaneously. Whilst Hero 82 is done with Upper Norfair and working their way up, probably to Meridia. And MST checks out low after the sandpit check. Does not like what they find there. And Psycho, having not picked up X-Ray, is going to really slow this fight down. They're going to have to do it the any percent. Oh no, they got grapple, so that's a nice grapple kill too. Toasty finding that it's just an energy tank, and MST is making the X-Ray check. Having not found grapple, Space Jump makes this nicer. Although I believe with 6 tanks and regular bombs it would have been in logic, even if grapple was somewhere else. Ooh, Hero's ducking out through Meridia very early. After just the Mama Turtle check. Ooh, and Toasty's going to make the plasma. He's going to make the plasma check too, along with Psycho. They could possibly be trying to route this into going up to wreck ship from Forgotten Highway, which is always a nice thing to do in Randomizer. Outside of RBO, I don't think it's really the right thing to do in other categories. And MST is going to make the waterway check. And probably wavegate check as well, seeing as they couldn't do either of them on the way down. And here, Hero 82 is going to be the first one into wreck ship. Yikes, and only an energy tank at waterway too. And Plasma Beam also only has an energy tank. Where are all these items? Feels like they picked up a lot early on and it's kind of slowed down on them. Toasty is gonna go up through Forgotten Highway. I love these rooms. The Spring Ball especially makes them a fair bit easier. But Space Jump is gonna make the sections after pretty free as well. Hero 82 busting out the microwave beam for Fantoon, making very short work of that. And is Psycho gonna? Psycho is also gonna go Forgotten Highway. I love it. So we're gonna see Hero making the right side super check. as MST also works its way down to Etacoons, which we couldn't find early either because of the lack of power bombs. It's going to be a Spazer Beam. I'm not sure the pickup was intentional, but I respect it. I kind of, like, part of me hopes that it was intentional. Sadly, Etacoons is not going to provide anything fun. So MST is probably going to go up to the ship and then across to wreck ship. Now, short of being the Meridia bosses behind, Hero is actually caught up a lot by not making the Meridia checks. And if wreck ship turns out to have Varia or Ice, then I think it's going to be a really good decision. So far, being trolled with Spazer and an energy tank though, it's not exactly stacked. And Toasty Muffins, narrowly missing the 1 round microwave. Phantoon was trolling him a bit. He couldn't get the charge shot lined up nicely. Definitely the harder microwave kill. Things you have to damage him first with another source before the charge shot. But he gets it the second time round as Hero is working through Attic, still with a Spazer Beam equipped. And Psycho is also pulling into Phantoon and MST. This is going to be only an energy tanker wreck ship reserve. So unless Gravity has something very nice in it, wreck ship has sort of been a bust, really. Energy wasn't there, wasn't super necessary at this point in the run. And Spazer is just kind of an insult after you have Plasma. But it could very well be Varia or Gravity, in which case this is an excellent decision. So Hero 82 is going to be going bowling, whilst MST finishes up the Phantoon fight, and Psycho, again, not having X-Ray, is going to attempt for the X-Factor kill on Phantoon. I mean, I definitely give him style points for that. I do love a good X-Factor. And it is Varia suit at Gravity. So Hero is going to be able to go straight down to Lower North Air with a really nice beam combo to go to Ridley and then go up through Meridia, bop the bosses quickly and then back out again. And MST also picks up Spazer. So this does leave Hero a very nice, a fairly clean route to go through. He's going to be lacking space jump, which was after Botwoon, but with high jump boots, it's not necessary to clear through Worst Room. And Plasma Beam is going to make the pirates less scary. So lacking Screw Attack isn't a big problem either. Checking GT is a choice, of course. But with maybe one more super pack. They have speed booster already. If they're not comfortable with doing speed Zeb skip, then with 25 supers, you can easily spend 16 on just shooting the Zebs out. So it's really going to be a personal choice, but they are really in go mode. Oh, Hero 82 is in go mode at least. And all of the other 3 runners will be as soon as they find Varia at Gravity. But Toasty is opting to check Sky Missiles. Maybe looking for more supers. But he's not going to find at either of the miners before bowling. Psycho finding the energy tanker, wreck ship energy tank, and declines to pick it up. They already have enough for stand-up and a reserve. So being at full health, it's not really a wanted pickup. So Toasty is going to go bowling, and they're going to be very happy finding Varia, as Hero 82 goes down into lower North Air. Without space jump, they're going to have to gravity jump or do a Varia only sort of regular high jump lava dive. And looks like setting up for a gravity jump. Varia having much more elemental protection on it makes this very comfortable. Only losing about 10 health during it. So now Toasty is going to make his way down to lower North Air, only having Ridley left to kill now for the other 3 runners. It's going to give them a slight advantage, I think, but I would still put Hero slightly in the lead because not having to make any other major checks, and only having to go into Meridia just to kill the bosses with Microwave Beam, it's not going to take a very, very long time. But he's taken some very calculated gambles and they've paid off very well. So he's not going to go check GT, he's just going straight for the bosses. I like the GT no check. Enough power bombs to comfortably kill the Metroids. Ice is not a necessity. It could make Zebs get much more comfortable, but again, with the ammunition they have, it's not out of the question to just shoot the Zebs out. So all 4 runners are now in go mode. So Hero's pulling into Wasteland. Does have to be a little bit careful of his health. Everything down here hits very hard. Hero could opt to check Ridley. Of all of the 3 items down here, Ridley is the check I don't mind so much. He's pulling out the microwave beam to kill the pirates. Without ice, I think you probably can't kill them with 1 charge shot normally, so it's always a cool piece of tech to see. The only item that's really going to help them now is Ice Beam. I feel like Screw Attack for Torian, especially if you're trying to kill them with power bombs, is more of a hindrance than a help. So Hero is going to farm up a little bit of ammo as MST gets through Lava Room without much trouble. And Toasty's going up through worst room in the game. And Psycho was paused for a while. But he's going to start his way down into low north air too. So Hero is in his Ridley fight. And that charged wave plasma beam is going to make this fight not too difficult. Supers, of course, doing double damage to Ridley. Ridley picks him up, and he is donezo. Cool. Hero is going to check Ridley's item, and it's Ice Beam. Nice check. Everything is coming up trumps for Hero. Even with the bomb jump out with Spring Ball. As MST has gone through the worst room and amphitheater, taking very little damage. And Toasty is about to start his Ridley fight. MST is going to farm some pirates again. They're a really good source of health drops if you're low coming out of Ridley. Toasty pulling off some nice charge shots and supers for kind of hybrid kill on Ridley. So in the top race, I feel like the races are kind of fairly clear who's leading each one. Hero is definitely leading his. Well, actually, I think the bottom race is probably less clear-cut, actually. The top race, Toasty is definitely winning. Hero still has to kill Dragon. So Ice Beam was behind Ridley. It's all going to depend how fast Hero can clear through Meridia. But I think he probably is a little bit behind. Having a little bit of trouble with the Three Musketeers. And Psycho is going to check GT. Of all of the Meridia checks, lower north air checks, this one is the slowest for sure. And it is true, MST does only have to get to Torian, but the only parts of Meridia that Hero has to go to, MST also has to go through about a third of it. So it's not as if MST is going to instantly get there. But Toasty didn't check behind Ridley, so he does not have his Ice Beam, so he's in full go mode, not checking anything. And it turns Screw was at GT. So Toasty is going to have to either speed skip or shoot his way through the Zebs. Whilst Psycho makes his way down through, I believe we decided these rooms, those key hunters were called the Three Amigos. Even if they're not, that's a name I like for them. But it is a super close race on the bottom, I think. The 3 cheese blend, yeah. So Hero 82 is gonna pull a microwave kill on Botwoon, and it's going to be very quick. Psycho has his fight with the Metal Pirates, and Toasty is blazing his way up through Meridia. Ooh, and he gets the halfie. So they declined to pick up Space Jump before coming into Colosseum. It's definitely a personal choice. I think this late Space Jump is not going to save that much time. And Toasty did not check Ridley's item, so he is Ice Beamless. So I think right now he is trying to find another super pack to be able to shoot his way through the Zebs. I'm not sure how comfortable he is with speed skip, and honestly, trying it over and over again, those door transitions do add up in terms of lost time, and it is probably more worth just finding a couple of miners and shooting your way through everything. So Hero pops Dragon with another microwave kill. Going for Spike Suit too. He doesn't get it on the first try and then ducks straight out. So Psycho does check behind Ridley and does have Ice Beam. This is going to close the gap a little bit between Psycho and Toasty. Optimally, powerbombing Metroids in Torian is between about 25 and 30 seconds slower. If you're gathering all of them, then it's going to be a little bit more, probably somewhere closer to about 45 seconds. And it's slightly more than 12 powerbombs for Torian if you're doing the fastest strats rather than sort of the most ammo efficient ones. It's more like 14. But either way, everyone has enough powerbombs for it. So I'm willing to be corrected on this, but I feel like you can't stand up if you don't have 7 energy tanks. I think it only checks for raw energy tanks, not like energy total. So Hero won't be able to stand up, whereas MST will be able to. And with the full beam combo, stand up is a fair time save. However, MST is going to be the first one in the bottom race into Torian. So with stand up, he could be having a fairly commanding lead on this race. As Toasty powerbombs his way through the third Metroid room, and Psycho is working his way up out of Lower Norfair. And it's, as with everything, there is very little risk-free in Super Metroid, and going for stand-up is very easy to softlock if you're not careful. So, nothing is set in stone yet. The runners do have all of the equipment they need for a baby skip. But Toasty's just gonna give up the game and get grabbed straight away. And pulls out some hex in honor of the missed baby skip. Toasty is very much in contention for a top 16 place. So he is trying his very, very hardest. And MST is not too far behind. I'm not sure with how many races they have left how far they can catch up with the others. But I imagine it's possible. So MST is undergoing the baby skip with high jump and speed. That's kind of the only items they need for it. Oh, and they get grabbed right at the end. It's pretty cruel. But Hero's gonna go for a baby skip too, as Toasty opts to shoot through the Zebs rather than going for a speed skip. Oh, and Hero also gets grabbed in the last jump. Wow. So unfortunate for both people. With a missed baby skip, and if Hero had gotten the baby skip, it would have been incredibly close. Because Hero's timer is about 4 seconds behind too. So it's slightly closer than it looks. So MST setting up for the speed skip. Press down a little bit too early. They're just going to go for the regular ice skip. As Toasty Muffins begins his... Well, he's up to the catch-up phase in Mother Brain 2. And MST resets the room for ice skip. And Hero 82 is mislaying out the first Zeb. Oh, I love it. They're going for Springball skip. As MST gets the regular ice skip and Hero goes straight through. So Toasty is not going to mess around with stand-up. He's not going to take any chances with this one. I do love me a good Springball skip. So MST is pre-turning off Varia, so that kind of signals he's definitely going to try go for stand-up. Oh, I spoke wrong. Toasty was going for stand-up after all. Without ice, stand-up does save slightly less time. Ooh, an MST somehow avoids getting hit with the ketchup. But he is going to be left with enough energy for stand-up. And Hero damages themselves down, and they are not going to go for stand-up. So the quality of MST stand-up and escape is very much going to be the deciding factor in this race. Optimally, stand-up saves, I think, about 20 seconds. It is possible to actually lose time with it, depending on how you maneuver the baby around. If Mother Brain can't begin to shoot the baby for a while, then it can end up being slower. It's also possible to damage Mother Brain too much in the stand-up phase, and it will delay the cutscene even more. Toasty begins his escape as Psycho is pulling into the Mother Brain room. Ooh, and Toasty going for the blue bomber, but jumping a little bit too early. He's going to back up and do it again. And he gets to the second try, but he falls down through the speed blocks. So he's going to go for it a third time. What a champion. Oh, he just opts to spark through instead. So this is what I mean. With Heroes, with MST's baby maneuvering, Hero was actually the first to go into Mother Brain 3. His Mother Brain 3 fight is going to be longer, of course. As Toasty goes into the final climb and does the left side spark just for swag. And MST is going to start his escape about 10 seconds before Hero will. So maneuvering and falls during the escape are going to be a big deciding factor. Toasty doesn't save the animals as he drops into the ship and finishes with an official SRL time of 1:06 and 32 seconds. So GG to Toasty for that one. MST pulling into Leodoc's room and does miss the final moonfall of the game. But it's looking good for him unless he falls down. MST gets the right side spark. As he's working his way up through Parlor. Hero doesn't moonfall either. It's gonna be close. And MST Duns with an official SRL time of 1:07.28, meaning he is also the winner of that race. With Hero just 2 rooms behind. And Psycho is going for stand-up 2 in his Mother Brain 3, and Hero finishes with a time of 1:07 and 50 seconds. That's a crazy close finish. It's 22 seconds between them. That's a crazy fast race. Or a crazy close race. I mean, I can never say bad things about people attempting to do swag and randomizers, because it's really the only reason most of us play rando. So I'm all for blue bomber attempts. We're gonna see if we can get someone in for an interview. Oh, Toasty, GG.
Hey, so how's it going?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Sorry, just chuckling. Doing all right.
How do you feel about that race?
Not too bad. I was really kicking myself for going back up to Gauntlet. was a huge time sink. I should have just done Gauntlet right at the start. And I think that was my biggest mistake. Otherwise, I felt pretty good about it, and yeah, it was one of those mixture of like really fast like movement and good items, and then like really slow power bombs and Varia. It was a weird one.
Yeah, it was definitely kind of a tease. It gave you a lot of like powerful but not progression early on, and then sort of denied you things like the Varia and late power bombs combined made it look much slower than made play much slower than it should have looked on the surface.
Yeah. But good games to everybody else. I can't believe we were all so close.
Yeah, it's
considering
it's a really good race to watch.
Yeah, just how many places Varia could have been I was expecting a more variance. That's crazy.
Variance.
Good games, Tycho.
Thanks, man. Good job.
And MST, GG.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think every major item was actually checked between the four of you.
Wow.
That makes sense.
I think I got extremely lucky for getting to go to Plasma after I decided to route that in at Meridia, and then I forgot all about it. So I get to wreck ship, and I remember that. I'm just like, I hate everything now.
Well, if you already killed Dragon, getting back to Plasma, you just take Forgotten Highway.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. That was what Toasty.
There was one race it could have paid off.
Not this one.
No, not this one. The only thing weird I think I did is that. How many supers did everyone get? Because I only had 10.
I only had 15.
I had 20, and I was searching for a while.
Yeah, the super ratio was really bad. It was something like 3.1 to 1.3 to 1, so you probably found most of the ones that were convenient, Toasty.
Yeah, that's the reason that I went out of the way in Lower Norfair, is because I don't know how to speed Zeb skip. So I was looking for ice, and I figured, well, I checked every single item except for Pink Bryn Star and all of Lower Norfair, and I got lucky with Ridley. So
I was a calculated gamble, but yeah, it definitely paid off. I think it was only energy items in Pink Bryn, so
yes, I know they were trash.
I mean, I'm kind of amazed that I finished only that far behind y'all, because I went to if I hadn't have checked GT and went to the bathroom, I probably would have finished right there with you. Maybe I would have even won.
Yeah, it was really close between everyone. There were, especially between MST and Hero, the lead towards the end swapped so many times, and it more or less came down to MST having enough energy tanks to do stand up.
Oh wow!
Wow!
That was the real decider.
Jeez. Yeah, when it's down to a stand up, that's pretty crazy.
Man, I was kind of I was having a little bit of fun at the end. I went for the I did the spring ball Zeb skip instead of just regular Zeb skip, and that because I was not enjoying this seed very much. So I figured I would have fun instead of letting the seed have all of the fun.
There's a spring ball Zeb skip?
Oh yeah, it's the best. I was all for that spring ball Zeb skip.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool. I thought I was real slick with my spring ball tactic Rockemeyer that I came up with on the fly that saved me probably 1 second.
Yeah, I love watching seeds that get spring ball early. The amount of tech you can do with it is awesome.
A spring ball is such a good item.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
Definitely the best worst item in that it doesn't really as in it's not super required for anything, but it makes everything better.
Yeah, it's actually really unfortunate that you don't get spring ball earlier in 100%.
Yeah, it's one of my only complaints about this game's design is that spring ball is so hard to get.
But you have to go across the best enemy in the game to get to it. So
I checked check tool. It gave me
it was yeah.
Yeah,
I debated.
every major item was checked between the 4 of you.
Definitely
Big
debated
Tank.
just full clearing Meridia before going anywhere else. I
Big
don't-
Pink must have been completely empty then.
Yeah,
It-
Big
it
Pink
was-
That's really
yeah,
sad to come
energy.
back to.
Wow,
E-tanks
dang.
and animals were E-tanks. Or an E-tank, I should say.
Yeah. The rest of Greenbryn was also a bust.
And Gauntlet was pretty trash. I was hoping to find my first power bomb up there.
Me too. Oh man.
Did not turn
Yeah,
out well.
Gauntlet. There were so many missiles in that seed. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Did
Like
you
when
guys
get your first super? I got 2 supers the whole way.
did
Yeah,
did
that's
ever
slow.
did you guys go to early Gauntlet?
Yes,
I did.
I
2
didn't.
people did, 2 people didn't.
Okay.
I
always
lived around
do
like a
early
dope.
Gauntlet.
Where did you get your first power bombs? Because I saw there was the one in Bubble Mountain after I got the Indiana Jones ones from Crocomire.
There, I got Croc had power bombs at the little
Oh, okay.
cosine thing.
Oh, and this.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to check on the way out, but I saw the one up there. I'm like, hey, I'll just grab this.
Yeah, that was another funny
That was
thing.
a little bit slow.
There were a
3
lot of first power bombs.
Yeah, 3 of you found first power bombs in 3 different places. There was Indiana Jones missiles, Bubble Mountain, and Cosine Room. And they were all valid. And also Wave Beam would have been another valid first power bombs, and Bubble Mountain. It's like there's so many different
And there
ones.
was one at or there were 2 at the North Fair Reserve. There was
Yeah,
one right
yeah,
next to
there
the
was.
reserve, and there was one before you got into that room.
I had to have been easily 5 or 6 minutes behind everyone else when I found my power bombs. I messed up my routing so bad.
You were a hero, but the decisions after to sort of only check to go straight through Meridia, basically straight to wreck ship. You were the first into wreck ship, and then apart from having to go back to kill Dragon afterwards, you were sort of leading everyone else.
Man, that was a weird seed.
That one was. It was very strange.
Yeah.
I had fun. I don't know.
Yeah, it was fun.
I mean, it was a great race to watch for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
I have a
cool.
question. Why do you 3 have Spazer?
Because I
wanted the
really
best
like
beam in the game.
Phaser.
You know, plasma's
I-
only
it's-
two
Dude,
particles.
you gotta
Spacer's
Yeah.
three.
Phaser the Spazer, dude.
Okay.
Phaser the
All right.
Spazer.
Fair enough. Good response.
Your win is invalid.
But yeah, does anyone have any final thoughts to sum it up?
I wanted to beat Toasty, but that didn't happen. Now I'm sad.
Aw, but it was a really good race to watch. So the fans were the real winners.
I'm out of the playoffs, so good job, Toasty. Sorry, whoever would have been next.
A good game, Psycho. I was really close to checking all of Meridia or going back into Brinstar. And that would have probably cost me the match if I did that. It was anybody's game finding that Varia. Felt pretty lucky.
Yeah,
Awesome.
good race,
I
everybody.
think- Yep.
Yeah.
That was fun. It was. We got not enough weeks left.
Yeah.
Yeah, when's the next league start? Like June or something? I don't know.
I
dang.
don't think it's been
It's
decided yet.
summertime. I want to go swimming, man. I want to stay inside and fucking Metroid.
Dude. Makes 2
You
of
could
us.
be swimming in randomizer seeds.
Broadcast randomizers from the beach.
I'm gonna throw the crabs and the fish from this game, and you have to find the red fish.
Well, I kind of read.
But no, thanks for the race, Hero, and thanks for the restream.
Thanks for the commentary. Yeah,
And
Yeah.
someone
tracking.
proof call that,
whoever did
that
tracking.
tracking. Yeah, Cheaty. I'm on to you.
Cheaty is the best trucker in the world.
I mean, is he? How
Oh,
can you
he
be
does.
sure?
Oh God, I'm gonna die. No. I
No,
didn't
she
make
Alright.
it. I did it. Okay.
Thank you very much, Paper and Cheaty. Good games again.
Yeah, and thanks for restreaming as well, Tracy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Goodbye,
thanks.
everybody.
Tracy for the lovely seed.
Always. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. And hopefully you will be back to see another race soon. And that's it from me.